Alright guys, we are underway for game number 2. I have lost my co-caster. He has taken off because he is also playing in a league. I'm not sure if it's the AD2L, but he is playing with a team on a league and is taking off to do his own thing. So, it is going to be a solo cast for game number 2. I am Cptn.Canuck and I will be taking care of this game. Got myself refreshed over the break, got myself some chocolate milk, some pizza, the dinner of champions, and ready to go, man. Ready to go. Let's do this. Razorblade International versus Team Solid. And heading into this draft here. All right, we'll see what the teams choose to throw out for this draft here, because the last game we saw Razorblade had a lot of control on their side, and Team Solid just couldn't really deal with it, and they even tried to do an aggressive tri-lane, but it didn't work out for them because there were just so many stuns on the other side of the board that they just really couldn't make an engagement happen. And as the game went on, those ganks came out, and the advantage was just gained and gained, and the Night Stalker on Razorblade just kind of balled out of control, and you know, that was the story of the night. So anyways, it we'll see how the teams choose to draft it this time around. I think Razorblade had the draft advantage last game, so Solid's really gonna have to be on the lookout for that. Pretty standard meta bans coming out right here from the beginning. We've got the Bristleback and the Alchemist getting taken out right off the bat. Could be looking to a Timbersaw, a Death Prophet, maybe even a Slark, because a lot of teams have been banning that. I don't quite understand the Slark ban, but teams have been doing it, so whatever, we might see that. Maybe even a Night Stalker ban, who knows, because Night Stalker has been tearing up this tournament quite a bit, and I'm sure Solid does not want to face that once again.
Reserve time.
Anyways, cutting in the reserve time for band number 2. They're really debating what they want to remove from the pool for this game, and they're not going to get rid of everything they want to get rid of, but you know, they're going to have to be very deliberate with this and make sure that their picks are adjusted for what the enemy team can throw at them here. And they get rid of the OD, so that was what they banned in the first game, and I don't blame them one bit. OD is just nasty as hell. Waiting on that second ban there, and they get rid of the Timbersaw, so Timbersaw is taken out, and there's still a Death Prophet in the pool. There is still a who is there? There's Mirana, there's Bane, there's Visage, there's Viper, there's Heroes, there's Creeps. You could pick Creeps, you could pick a Roshan if you wanted. Who knows, man? Who knows? See what these crazy cats decide to do, but in these first couple picks is where we'll really start to see this draft take off, and the teams will start to pick up their momentum and really start to shape what they want to do here. But Solid pretty hesitant. They don't seem to know what they want to do. And like I said, I've said this in many of my casts before, but you always want to have a general idea of how you want to execute it going into each game. Between the games, you got to sit down with your team. You got to go, all right, so you had a lot of control last game. They really screwed us up. So, you know, let's try to draft something with a little more evasiveness. You know, go for a Weaver Lifestealer. You know, maybe even a Treant or something like that to, or like an Abaddon to help us out in the laning phase. You know, get rid of that control. But you know, you kind of have to talk out what you need to do, and then as you go into the draft, make sure you have a goal in mind with your draft. And you know, there's always room to be reactionary. You know, when you see a Bane, snatch that Mirana maybe. You know, like right there we go. So I mean, this is a reactionary pickup, but you know, you've still got to kind of have a general idea. And if you have to react in a form like this, if you were saying, you know, all right, let's go for a global strat, let's get a Prophet with a Zeus and, you know, an Ancient Apparition, whatever, and then you see this and you're like, well, we should probably snatch the Mirana. You take the Mirana, then you go, all right, well, maybe we can adjust because it's a first pickup. So what if we do a you know, a really good ganking setup team? We can grab the Venomancer, perhaps even a Crystal Maiden to help set up those Mirana arrows, get a nasty tri-lane going on, and then move into that late game. But anyways, we are seeing a kind of awkward role reversal here. In the first game, Bane Mirana, or not Bane Mirana, Mirana Venomancer were the first two pickups for Team Solid, actually, and it was met by Razorblade's Alchemist Bane. So the Bane was removed from, or was taken away from the Mirana, but now if the Alchemist is
5
taken here,
seconds
then it is an
remaining.
exact reversal of the first 2 picks from the first game. So it would actually be really
Reserve
interesting to
time.
see that happen. But anyways, they're cutting pretty far into their reserve time, still debating what they want to do, and you know, it's a little bit scary. But I like the Bane against the Mirana. Functions very well on all levels, and I think that Bane pickup will work really well for them. Now they've got to decide how they want to play that. Bane works really well with a lot of heroes. Lina, Leshrac are 2 that work very well. He works similarly to the Shadow Demon with that
Dire
Nightmare.
team
They pick the
ban.
Abaddon. Now, I like Abaddon against Mirana. He works really well just because he can purge that stun the second it lands on somebody, and you're a lot safer. However, the problem with Abaddon is that it's really easy to kind of
10 seconds
it's really easy to
remaining.
hamper him early on and make sure that he can't get in your face. You
5
know, a
seconds
bristleback
remaining.
will always have an easy time running up and punching you and slapping you around a little bit, but you know, you don't always get that with the Abaddon if he doesn't get the quick items and if he's not playing well. But I do like the pickup. It'll function very well for them, and it'll allow them to survive things like the Venomancer poison. He can Mist Coil to heal. He can deny himself if he knows that he's going to drop. As well, the Venomancer ultimate and the poison, if all of that goes out and Abaddon drops below his threshold for his ultimate, that's going to be free heals. Even if Razorblade disengages and stops hitting that Abaddon, he's still going to heal back up because of his ultimate. So I definitely like these pickups. They're Team Solid looking to have a more solid draft already, and they ban out the Rubik. The Slark is banned out by Razorblade, and I'm curious what kind of team composition we're looking at here. The Naga Siren is banned by Solid, so I don't mind that whatsoever. The Naga is a really good combo with the Mirana, as well. Her ultimate allows for really good setups and team fights. A Mirana ultimate into a Naga ultimate into a Veno ultimate into whatever, Black Hole, Stormhammer, anything is just a really nasty combo. So they've definitely, I think Solid is drafting a lot better this game, but you know, we'll see what the actual draft ends up being later on once all the heroes are picked up. So last ban for the second phase coming out here by Razorblade, and we'll see what they choose to get rid of. And I think these next couple pickups will be really telling of how these teams want to play it. Alchemist still in the... Oh, Alchemist was banned out right off the bat. Why did I have it in my head that he wasn't banned? I was just like calling it. I was like, oh yeah, solid by the Alchemist. It's fine. Yeah, no. Okay, so no Alchemist. It's not going to happen. Lifestealer is their last ban, and they pick up the Crystal Maiden, so they're going to have that arrow set up. And I think they've got a little bit, they've got a pretty good tri-lane here. A little bit better than Team Solid's last game, which consisted of the Naga Siren with the Crystal Maiden and the Venomancer. You know, that one works well, but the Naga was just... She doesn't have enough utility and not enough burst. I mean, she does have the Riptide, but she has to get in close to do that, and that puts her susceptible to a lot of the control that was on Razorblade's team last time. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what Team Solid combos their heroes up with. Abaddon allows you to pick very squishy and very greedy carries, which opens up the pool quite a bit. You can pick a Phantom Assassin, you can pick a Spectre, you can pick things like a Weaver for the safe lane. Luna works out really well as well because she is a generally squishy hero in the laning phase. But Team Solid's tri-lane is very defensive right now. Bane and Abaddon, both heroes that work well at keeping your carry safe, but not great at setting up kills. They don't dish out a lot of damage, they dish out control and safety. So that means Team Solid has shown that they are doing a defensive tri-lane right now. And I actually love this for Razorblade right now. So they're not throwing the Mirana with the Crystal Maiden Venomancer. It looked as though they had shown their tri-lane there, but instead they pick up the Juggernaut, who combos extraordinarily well with both the Venomancer and the Crystal Maiden. The Veno Gale, as well as the Frostbite, will allow Juggernaut to get a full spin off on any hero that they choose, but the wrench in their gears is the Abaddon Shield. For those of you who are not aware, a Photic Shield, which is Abaddon's W ability, it removes certain types of negative buffs and stuns on cast, meaning that if you are snared, stunned, or otherwise disabled, it will purge that from you. So if you eat a Marana arrow and he throws the shield on you, you instantly come back to control with your character. As well, the frostbite, if you were frostbitten up and he throws the shield on you, you'll be able to run away, and that Juggernaut will not be able to continue to spin, and if he does, he'll probably break your shield and hurt your supports. So this is going to be a really fun tri-lane to watch. I think Razorblade is going to try to go aggressive with their Veno Crystal Maiden Jugger, and the Marana will be on the mid lane, which means that we're going to have the tri-lane versus tri-lane, and I think in this scenario, Solid's tri-lane is better. And you heard me really hesitant to say that, because the Solid's draft is really safe, like I said. I don't think they're going to be picking up kills. I don't think they're going to be winning that tri-lane in terms of kills and deaths, but instead they're going to be winning in farm and safety, and they're going to pull back and they're going to make sure that their Luna is getting farm, and that it really just kind of discourages Razorblade's tri-lane. They're going to win that tri-lane by starving Razorblade of EXP, because all the heroes are going to be sitting there doing nothing. Now Puck pickup I really like. They're actually putting the Marana on the off lane. I said she was going mid, but again, she's a very versatile hero. She can head to any lane she wants, and she will be heading up towards the top while the Puck takes that mid. It's asexual, no sex on Puck. Yeah. Screws me up, man. Screws me up. Volvo, why you do this to me? Anyways, Dragon Knight is going to be the mid lane hero for Team Solid, so he'll be up against the Puck, and Darkseer is going to be the off laner for Solid. So I'm hesitant about this draft in a couple ways. There's not a lot of damage. Luna is a fantastic carry and dishes out a lot of damage later on. Same with the Dragon Knight. But for now, all they have is control and safety, which is good. It means they'll get to the late game. But late game against Juggernaut Marana is going to be pretty rough. I mean, I think they've still got it in them, but they're going to have to play it really safe, make sure they don't get killed, and that they pick up a kill where they can if something happens. And it's like I said, it's going to be really on them to make sure that they're
prepare for battle.
Yes. Razer asking for a remake on US West because they're getting lag, but Team Solid does have European players, which means that, as they just said, they're sitting at about 300 ping on server West. So yeah, this is a conundrum. Just let me give me. Yeah, so the tournament rules is that if you have server conflictions, US West versus US East, you will play one game on each server. If you go US West versus Europe, all games are played on US East, and etc., etc. There are compromises each side. So Solid is saying that they're Europe, and the Razer is saying that they are North America, which means by tournament rules, they have to play on US East. Alright, so got that sorted out there, but yeah, it seems like there's some nasty lag, which is unfortunate, but that's the reality of a international tournament. Like I said, it's just kind of what happens when you have a lot of players from all over the world, and you got to make those compromises. I mean, I think there is even one Asian team in this tournament, which can create some conflicts. But anyways, back to the game. As I was saying, it's really going to be on Team Solid to play this safe. And that's all it comes down to. They've got a fantastic team, and they've got a lot of control on their team, which means that they'll be able to shut down that Juggernaut and that Marana later, especially with that Bane being able to Fiend's Grip through the magic immunity of the Juggernaut. So I think they're going to have an advantage later on in this game. However, they're going to have to work for that advantage. They're going to make sure that Razer's aggression does not pay off, and they're going to have to make sure that they get a lot of farm on both the Luna and the Dragon Knight. Those are the keys to the game for them, and I think that if they execute it just well, they'll be able to snatch a game back and bring the series to 1-1. Now, as I said
The
in
battle
the beginning
begins.
of this matchup, for those of you who might not have joined us, we are in the second division of the Thursday League here on the Amateur Dota 2 League, and we've got Razorblade International sitting at 1 total point at the very bottom of the pool, and Team Solid just above them with 2 points. So
Regeneration.
both teams pretty low down on the pool right now, but with that first victory, Razorblade has brought themselves to 2, and there is still one more point here to be snatched up tonight, as this is a best of 2, so there's a potential for this to go 2-3 or 3-2, either way. But Darkseer starting down on that bottom lane, going to throw out those ion shells. Dragon Knight up in the mid lane, eating some harass by the puck, but not too big a deal. And I think, yeah, like I said, this laning phase is, I think it's in the advantage of Team Solid, just because they're safer, they're not as aggressive, they don't really need to worry about that stuff, and later in the game, they'll really benefit from these lanes. Not going to be a lot to talk about, though, unfortunately, because, I mean, Darkseer is probably the safest offlaner in the game, and, I mean, even if he eats a Frostbite, it's not going to be long enough for him not to be able to surge and run away, so I think Darkseer is going to be just fine down here, and Dragon Knight, he might actually fall to the puck if puck gets a good rune or gets the jump on him or something like that, but Dragon Knight always relatively safe in that mid lane just because of that armor buff, and once he gets a bottle up, he'll have a lot more sustain. Up on the top lane, Mirana, always safe, she can leap away, and there's not really any control save for the Bane, and even when the Bane gets that off, when he gets a Nightmare or whatever it is, there's not really anything to follow it up. The Abaddon can run in and start smacking him with auto attacks, the Luna can do a Lucent Beam, but it's not going to be enough to lock her down and keep her in place until it is time for her to die. So, like I said, it's going to be a safe laning phase, it's going to be all about the farm, and it's really going to come down to who can carry this game to the mid-game better. And sure enough, I think the slight advantage goes to Team Solid, as they have warded out this offlane camp, and that has not happened on
Dire's
top,
top
which
tower
means that
is under
these two
attack.
supports are free to stack and pull lanes as much as they'd like, and it's working out for them so far. They're keeping the lane pretty far back, and Mirana has to move up to be able to get anything done. But Abaddon chasing her down, keeping her away from the EXP, so she's going to have a little bit harder time. She does have 5 CS to her name, which happened because the creep wave was pushed back to here. But for now, she's just going to be shoved away from that. And Invis Rune down on the bottom. I don't think this is spotted out. Well, this is spotted out by this ward, but not... Oh, it is spotted out by that one. Okay, so just a little bit of overlap here that I'm just missing, but both teams will see that. And there is a smoke gank coming in towards the mid lane. They're going to want to finish off that Dragon Knight, and if they do manage to snatch him, that will be that will be very unfortunate for him. But he is playing pretty far back, not coming up to the creep wave, but he is really low. He doesn't have a stun available. He's pretty low on health. He's regenning it pretty fast, but Puck is just chipping him now with those auto attacks. Venomancer comes in right underneath the tower, throws out a Gale, and completely whiffs. Crystal Maiden not in position to get a Frostbite off, and that Venomancer dropping down pretty low from those tower hits. That was a pretty poorly executed gank, I must say. You got to be a little bit more patient than that. Let the Dragon Knight push up a little bit, and they did not pay the price, and Dragon Knight is safe in the mid lane as he still waits for that bottle gold. Couple pings flying out on the top lane here. Not quite sure what that's all about. A nice double stack gonna come out. Mirana flies an arrow, but not going to catch anything. And the double stack doesn't happen. The timing was slightly off. That creep didn't die fast enough, which really sucks. It's hard to time that. I've said in multiple broadcasts before, but anyways, now that the supports have left this lane, Juggernaut feeling a little bit of pressure as he eats a few ion shells, and he doesn't have a lot of sustain to keep him in this lane. I think he only purchased one set of tangles to begin with, and with those supports here, the Ion Shell is going to eat away at him quite a bit, and it's going to mean that it's going to be hard for him to get into that lane. He does have the healing ward up now, but he's not going to have the mana to sustain that, because once he casts it once, he's pretty much out of mana for anything else. Frostbite goes out on the Luna, but the shield goes up, and Luna can return to this lane, and it looks like we are actually going to have a tri-lane versus tri-lane now. This is what I was anticipating originally when I saw the picks, but then the Juggernaut flipped that around. But Mirana is now going to be up here with the two supports, so I think this isn't a bad rotation. I think it creates a little bit more tension in this game and allows Razer to be a little bit more aggressive. But the problem is that their aggressiveness may cost them because, like I said, it's stealing EXP away from this Mirana right now, and this lane is so safe that it's going to be so hard to land a kill. It really is, and if they if they play it smart and they stack the lane and pull it back and allow Luna to get her farm up, I think they should have no problem in this lane whatsoever. Bane gonna see if he can find something here. He's inching forward. He gets a Nightmare out on the Crystal Maiden. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. Like I said, the goal of the game for them is to play it safe, but they run right in. They're going on the Crystal Maiden. Wow, she drops really quick with that Brain Sap and the Lucent Beam. So that was, I mean, Crystal Maiden is just a squishy support in general, but she was a couple levels behind everybody else. And after eating that Brain Sap, Lucent Beam, she just died to a couple auto attacks. And that was the story of the, there. But Puck did get the jump on the Dragon Knight, throws down the Dream Coil, and picks him up solo kill in the mid lane. So that balances things out. Team Solid 1 to kill, and Razorblade International 1 kill. First blood did go to Team Solid, so they've got a slight advantage, but nothing that cannot be come back from, and nothing that I wouldn't call negligible. Luna's sitting on her power treads now, and Murata's not doing too bad for herself, actually. She's got a Ring of Akia up. She's got to turn off that aura, or else she's going to push the lane really hard. But she's got her boots as well, and you know, for an offlaner, she's not doing too bad. She's actually sitting just behind, actually just above the Murata or the Luna in last hits now, which is something you don't want. This Luna's got to be landing each of those last hits with absolute precision, because you just need that. Lucent Beam flying out on the Murata, but she's going to be fine. Puck grabs herself an Invis Rune and will phase shift, or she'll Ethereal Jaunt, and then phase shift away, and then activate that regen, and she'll return to the mid lane relatively unscathed. Ford's going to die off here in just a moment, which will allow that Venomancer to begin stacking and pulling. Wow, a double Ion Shell going out on this Juggernaut. Oh my god, is he disconnected? He's disconnected. Oh, this is unfortunate. And that must have been the lag or something. That was definitely lag. That's really shitty to lose a kill to that, but I mean, like I said, it is tough luck because of this is in. Oh, he does actually disconnect from the game. Yeah, he's gone. Wow, that is really balls. And I mean, you can't really blame Zedhead. I mean, a lot of people would, blame the other team for jumping on that, but I mean, you're not gonna not fight a hero that's not fighting back. It's just gonna happen. So, like I said, the realities of an international tournament, you got a bit of lag, and that's the server differences at play. But oh well. Grabbing some of that chocolate milk, making my bones strong and my teeth weak, and Bane just dropping a ward, heading back up towards the top lane, but the Dream Coil goes out, and they are fighting this off. Luna drops really quickly, and Abaddon trying to escape, but he breaks the tether at the very maximum range. That was unfortunate. Oh, he shields himself just in time to eat an arrow, and then he gets auto-attacked by the Puck, so he drops as well. 2 kills going down to the Razorblade. Bane's going to see if he can get anything going here, but it doesn't happen. He turns around, gets the Brain Tap out on the Puck, and the silence comes out. I think that was... Oh no, there was no TPs coming in. That was from the other team. But... yeah, so 3 kills now up for Razorblade, and 2 deaths, or
Radiant's middle
2 deaths on their own team. Juggernaut's going hard on this man. He's going for a rip. Juggernaut's going for a rip, eh? Alright, Luna pulling herself back into these trees. She knows she's in danger. There's 4 circles sitting right around her, and we got another pause coming out. Lag getting called once again. This is really unfortunate. Like I said, I mean, it's just the reality of the tournament. There's not much we can do about it, but when these server conflicts happen, it kind of spoils the game in a way, because you're not seeing these players playing at their maximum and full potential, which is really what we come here to see. Come here to say great amateur Dota being played by great amateur players.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back to the game here. Like I said, Luna playing really safe, staying right back underneath the tower. The arrow's going to fly out, but that is way off the mark. Not going to hit. Crystal Maiden getting herself caught, actually. She might drop here. The Dragon Knight is catching up. Yeah, he gets the Dragon Tail out, and she is toast for sure. There she goes. Surge coming out. The Dark Seer looking for that. Is she going to be able to leap out of this? She's looking for the cooldown. She's only got a second left, and oh man, she throws an arrow out, but she is found by that Luna, and Luna picks up the kill. So a couple kills going back the way of Team Solid, and performing exceptionally well here. They've got a lot of push going on here, and I think this tier 1 tower is going to take a fall. You got the Dragon Knight in his true form, and all 5 members of your team here with no creep wave to contest it. I mean, the creep wave does get pulled away by the Puck, and oh man, we got another disconnect by the Juggernaut. Oh wow, Puck pulling out the solo plays here. Gets the Dream Coil out on the Darkseer, and he can't run away, so he drops. And this push is thwarted by the fact that there are no more creeps left over. And so 4-4 the kill score now. 9 minutes into this game, and we could be looking at a potentially bloody engagement up here on the top lane. We're looking for that puck. The arrow flies out. It catches a creep, so not going to get that Luna as she backs off, and the Dragon Knight ultimate runs out. So I think they're going to want to disengage here. I think immediately Luna should be teleporting down to bottom lane and picking up all that free farm that is waiting for her there. When you play a primarily farming carry such as the Luna or an anti-mage or whatever, if you see an engagement brewing, a lot of times it's better to just TP to the other lane because you know that there is no one there to kill you. You can just farm, and you just farm, and you tell your team, you know, alright guys, you know, do what you can, I'll be back in 10 minutes, and you know, you come back with a couple items and help them out. But I mean, if you get stuck in this mindset that you have to defend your tower, which I mean you don't, is the reality. I mean, it is an objective based game, and the other team wants to kill that tower, but you don't have to defend it. You're not forced to. And so she can choose to just say, you know, I'm gonna back off, I'm gonna get my items up, and you know, avoid these engagements. And when you get into this part where you're like kind of farming small camps and moving around, and you're not sure if you want to like defend or if you're backing up or whatever, that's just a recipe for getting caught out. You're wasting farming time, and I mean, there's always a potential that you're gonna die if an engagement breaks out. So it is really you know, it's not something that you want to get caught in. You want to you know, as the carry, you need to recognize when you just got to let your team be and move away. There are times to fight, but there are a lot of times when you shouldn't. And she's charging in here rather aggressively, and arrow going to go out, but it catches the Abaddon. I mean, not much. The Eclipse goes out, but it catches a creep with every single one of its bounces. That was such bad luck. Luna's going to try to fight it up, and she does manage to get the Venomester. Actually, Bane steals that with the Brain Staff. What a KSer, what a bastard, but Abaddon's going to drop as he is not level 6, and Bane's not going to get himself out of that. So 6-5 the kill score. Arrow flies out, actually catches the Bane. I don't know if it's going to kill him. She does leap in underneath the tower, and the Starfall will grab that kill, so very well played by that Mirana there. I'm liking this Mirana play. She's doing really well, especially for that off lane. It was just, you know, not working out, but it's doing alright right now. Down on the bottom lane, Juggernaut getting his farm up decently. He's still pretty far behind about, what? Where was, oh, mid lane again. Jeez. I guess Puck just went for it. Drops the Dream Coil, picks up the Dragon Knight again, and that's unfortunate, man. This Dragon Knight's having a really rough time. He doesn't even have power treads, and he is sitting at 23 last hits right now, above only the supports. That is not where you want to be right now. He needs to have that Dragon form up, and he needs to be pushing towers. Puck feeling pretty confident now. 4-0-1, and yeah, I'm wondering what she's building here. She's got herself... Is she just going to go straight for a Dagon? She does. She goes straight for a Dagon. Not even getting the Blink Dagger right off the bat. So that is a pretty damn cocky build, and considering the Abaddon on the enemy team, I don't know if it's the right build, but, you know, whatever. You gotta get that Blink Dagger on Puck, man. That's non-negotiable. You don't just not get a Blink Dagger on Puck. The arrow flies out. Gonna miss everybody. Flies past the tower. Creep wave up here trying to get some pressure out, but it's gonna get pulled back away, and no momentum here. Being forced to back off a little bit, but they're pinging up towards top. They want to see if they can cash that Luna out. She needs to leave right now. Alright, so she's leaving. See if she manages to get herself out of here. Yeah, she's gone. The other team recognizes it. The Mirana ultimate goes out, so they're going for a gank. They're moving it towards mid lane, but that was spotted by this ward here. So the Team Solid recognizes that this threat is there, and they back off into the trees, making sure that they are way the hell back and safe. And like I said, that's the name of the game for them, safe. They cannot get caught, and this Mirana arrow going to catch Darkseer. They're pinging on it, but I don't think they can go on this, yeah. Wouldn't have been an intelligent choice. And if Abaddon was a little bit quicker on that aphotic shield, that stun wouldn't have even lasted.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom tower drops to the split pushing Jug, so getting himself a little bit of cash there as he finishes that off. Arrow gonna catch the Abaddon, and his ultimate goes out, so he's in the middle of this fight, eating up a little bit of damage here. Really good vacuum in, but not too much to get it going. TP is in by the Luna. They're looking for it, but she doesn't have to choose. She doesn't have to follow there. She turns around to fight the Puck, and Puck is going to jaunt down to that low ground there. Arrow is going to miss. The Dragon Tail goes out on the Puck, and they're really looking for this. I really want them to catch this Mirana. They don't. Mirana gets away, but they do get the Puck, who is 4-0-1. which is now 5-1 and 2. So she's, you know, shutting down that puck is always fantastic. And if Puck had a Blink Dagger, she would have been fine. Just saying, guys, just saying. We see a Helm of the Dominator coming out to this Luna here, and she'll start to look to get her first point in those Moonglaves in just a couple levels here. And this is going to work out a little bit better for her. She can start stacking Ancients, and if she doesn't stack Ancients, I'm going to be really mad, because that's how you play Luna. That is also non-negotiable. If you get a Helm of the Dominator, you grab a creep, and you stack Ancients with it. That is what you do. That's just how it works. You can't not do that. But, yeah, anyways. Yeah, on the bottom lane, Dragon Knight farming up. Now as his power treads, looking to get himself a little bit more gold, but he doesn't have a TP, and he really needs that, especially considering the constant threat on this mid lane here. But Darkseer and Bane are available to kind of thwart this threat, and the two purple people really doing this. In the wise words of Mitch Hedberg, screw purple people. Or to hell with purple people, I think it was. Anyways, Siege Creep will die, and there's a couple wards pinging away at this tower, and it is almost in deny range. A couple more attacks, and this is going to be deniable. Arrow flies out. Oh, it catches the Abaddon at the max range. Puck not going to jump in on that jump, but they do get the tower, and Abaddon throws his shield on himself. His ultimate's going to pop, and they, oh man, great Dream Coil, catches 3, and they're going in on this. Big wall by the Darkseer, but no vacuum to follow it back up. The Crystal Maiden drops while that is all going on. Luna's chasing into this. She really wants to see if she can get a kill here. Not going to pop off the Eclipse quite yet, but this Lucian team will finish it off. Bane grabs it with a, oh my god, this puck. She's going to drop, and wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. Team Solid playing that really well, and Luna getting a fat chunk of gold there. That is going to contribute to their, you know, their successful mid and late game. Very much so. So I'm liking this. The Luna is doing really well, and I think Razer's going to be in a lot of trouble if they can't pull it back from here. They're, you know, if they've been doing pretty well so far, they've been taking smart pushes, but you know, if their Juggernaut and their Mirana are not ready to fight when this Luna gets ugly, things are going to go bad for them. Things are going to go really bad. And Siege out on this mid tower not going to be thwarted, so all the tier 1s for the Radiant side are going to drop, and oh, what a terrible fortify. You can't save it for the last second, guys. Just fortify right up front. Save it for yourselves, or else you're going to do something like that. There is no reason not to fortify sooner. And in all reality, if you fortify sooner, that means it's back off cooldown sooner for another engagement. So, food for thought, I guess. Food for thought. But on the top lane, Dragon Knight chasing down some prey, but doesn't manage to find it. We do have another disconnect, and this time it's on the side of Team Solid. So, Abaddon sitting on 1,400 gold for himself. Wonder what he's going to look to purchasing. A Vladimir's would work really well. Vlad's is always a great item on him. The aura helps out quite a bit. I don't think it stacks with Helm. I could be wrong. She'll get the damage and stuff, but I don't know if she'll get the lifesteal. But Dragon Knight will also benefit from that quite a bit, especially when he's in his... Never mind. I was about to say something stupid. Anyways. Double damage runes down on the bottom lane, just kind of chilling. Actually, I'm going to mute myself for a second and take a swig of milk, because my throat is a little bit sore, but I'll be back in just half a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, I guess they're saying his internet dropped. Hopefully it is not dropped for good. It's not out for the night or anything along those lines. Hopefully it'll be back in just a moment, because I would really like this game to play out. Both teams are playing it really well right now, and I think Solid has a chance. And considering they're down a game, they really want this. They're hungry for it, and I would love to see them take this, because they drafted a lot better this game, and I think you know, their game is really going to pick up the longer this game goes. Darkseer already sitting on a mech, so he's got He's got that team fight power they need. Juggernaut about halfway to his Aghanims, realizing that he just can't keep fighting because he'll just keep getting picked off, so he returns to the bottom lane, see if he can farm up that extra 2,000 gold that he needs to get those extra bounces on his ultimate, but yeah, things just getting cray-cray. Looks like Veno's working towards a mech of his own, but all he has is the headdress and the money for a buckler, so he's still a little ways off of that. CM, not actually sure what she's going for. I think this bracer was just casual at the beginning, and the Ring of Regen may be contributing to a Force Staff coming up soon, but we'll have to see as this game continues, if it continues. Hopefully it continues. Oh man. Yeah, so it sounds like we're confirming internet problems on the side of the Abaddon. So he's restarting. Things will get together. They're asking how the lag's going. No response. Obviously, haven't gotten the message yet. Lag is still terrible. 4,000 millisecond ping. Now, Mirana's actually pretty damn close to her Yasha here. She's about 600, or she needs 600 gold for the recipe, and so she's about 400 gold into that right now. The Puck sitting on a Dagon at 1600 gold, so might actually be saving up for that Blink Dagger, like I said. Need that Blink Dagger, ladies and gentlemen. Need it, need it, need it. A1 giving a shout out to his babe AJ. Hey babe. Shout out to Youth from Captain Pitbull. And I think Youth is a team, not a person. Could be wrong in that. Thanks for the CM Veno combo, says Razer. These guys, very good manners. All around, just being great guys. Shoutouts to anybody who wants them. If you say in the chat that you would like a shoutout, I will give you a shoutout. We got the time, we got the downtime. This pause is extending for a little bit. I said in game number 1, as a pause went out, both teams, as per AD2L official rules, each team has a maximum of 3 pauses per game that the other team must honor for a maximum of 3 minutes. Beyond that, you can unpause, you can get fed up. And I mean, all of these teams are really good mannered. I'm sure they'd stick around for an hour before even considering it, but you know, just food for thought as we get this going, because you know, this could be a long pause. I mean, you always want to make it sound like you're doing a lot better than you are, because you know, if you're like, oh, I think his internet cut out, he's gonna be like a half an hour fixing this shit. The other team's gonna be like, well, what? But if you're like, it'll be back in a minute, and then a minute turns into 15, and then that minute turns into 30, it still sounds better. It's like somehow, I don't know, it sounds stupid in retrospect when you look back at it, and they're like, just one more minute, and it's not, and you're like, come on, you're just yanking my chain here. Just be honest with me. How long is it gonna be? But it's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. That'll always happen with the delays to this game. We started our stream at 6 p.m. expecting the game to get going, 6 p.m. PST, and as we were waiting for Razer to figure out where their last player was, we ended up sticking around until about 6:30 before the game actually kicked off. So, I mean, they were like, oh yeah, it's just logging on now, and another 10 minutes. So, I mean, I'm not blaming the players. I do it too. You just kind of got to keep the other team around and not let them get fed up prematurely, I guess, is the point. But anyways, things just chilling, man. What is there? Okay, let's see if we can discover something new on the Dota 2 map together. You know, sometimes when a pause is going on, I'll look around and see what I can find. And there's a lot of cool little stuff. Like there's little fishies that swim around in the water. If you zoom up really close, there's like a little frog dude down here. You know about him. They like over here, for example, they call this rock where this ward is. This is referred to as Turtle Rock because there is normally a little turtle that walks around here. And I think all the animals have actually disappeared since the pause is up. That would be kind of unfortunate. I mean, we saw that frog, but that frog might be static. Like, I'm not seeing any fish swimming. The turtle on Turtle Rock is no longer there. There's there's normally a turtle up here too. And I wasn't seeing him. That was what I was looking for originally, but yeah, so I guess no new discoveries to be made at this point, which is kind of unfortunate. Showcase view only available in free camera mode. What's free camera mode? I got free camera mode. What? Alright. I guess the pause doesn't count. Can't go into showcase. Check out the heroes. This is unfortunate, man. This is really unfortunate. So, anyways, let's get back to game strats for a little bit. Let's talk. Let's rap about how these teams should be planning out. First of all, this Luna should stop being an enormous chump, and then helm a creep and have it stack her ancient for her. That is a given. That is what you do as Luna. For those of you who do not know, in Dota 2, if you are a new player to Dota 2, or even a veteran player, as whenever the 1 minute mark rolls around, a new set of creeps spawn in all of the lane, or in all of the creep spawns. And around each creep camp, there is a box. This creep camp's box is about here, I believe. And if there are no units present in that box at the time of that 1 minute mark, a new wave will spawn, which means that stacking and pulling, as is defined by most Dota 2 players, you will attack a creep wave and then pull it up until it is outside of that box. So if Luna was trying to pull this centaur right now, she'd aggro it and then she'd walk up to this hill, and the centaur would be about right here at the 1 minute mark. And then this creep camp would spawn again, so you'd get extra creeps. And so, the Helm of the Dominator, it has an ability which allows you to tame a wild creep and make it your buddy. And so you grab a creep and you send it over to the Ancients, which are these giant guys over here, these ancient granite golems. And you just have your creep every minute aggro the camp and pull them up and away. And you can stack it up a bunch. And Luna, because she farms really well with her glaives, which bounce between targets and deal extra damage, they are really good for clearing out big waves of creeps. So, hey, I'm getting a shout out. There we go. Feels good. All right, so so you'll have your creep come down, aggro these creeps, pull them away, and each time they'll stack, and so you'll have a fat chunk of creeps down here. And Luna, because she farms so well with those moonglaives, they will bounce around the targets, and she can kill them really quickly. And so while you're off doing other stuff, like farming up your own jungle, farming up the lanes, you can consistently pull these creeps away and just continue to create map gold. And while that's happening, it allows you to, just increase your gold revenue by a huge amount. And when you're playing a carry like this, gold is all you frickin' care about. So don't be a chump. If you buy a helm, tame a creep, pull creeps. Pull creeps. That's what you need to do, man. It's what you gotta do. Anyways. So yeah, back to game strats. Like I said, on top of that, they, like I said, they really need to optimize that Luna's farm, and they need to make sure that they are always safe. There are a total of 1 ward on the map for each team, and they're both guarding the Roche Pit, which is a completely irrelevant point in the map right now, as Razer or Team Solid is just looking to farm up their own jungle. So they just need to get the wards up, make sure that they're safe, allow their Darkseer and their Dragon Knight to stall up the lanes while Luna just farms. And that was why I was putting so much emphasis on the Ancient stacking, because she needs a way to get that flash farm so that she can show up to a fight with a significant advantage. Right now she's coming in on pretty even ground, and she's performing as such, picking up a couple kills here and there, but she is still pretty squishy and will fall relatively easily if focused down by the enemy team. So she needs to get that flash farm up so that she can get a BKB, so that she can get a Yasha, she can get a Manta, she can get whatever the hell she wants, and it'll really contribute to their late game. So, anyways, this pause is extending for quite a while here, but like I said, that's he's reconnecting 1 minute thing. It's like, no, he's not actually reconnecting. He's phoning his ISP and going, what the hell? And they're like, well, we're an internet service provider, so you're not going to have internet sometimes. And that's your fault for using internet. Friggin' ISP, man. ISPs. Internet died and he isn't coming back. Oh boy. Alright, so this is unfortunate. This is actually horrendously unfortunate. And, alright, so there's nothing on the rules page about what happens if a player drops, but it looks like Team Solid is willing to play 4v5. Oh man, this is unfortunate. So yeah, the Abaddon is out. I mean, they could still micro him and try to get him some farm and whatnot, but I mean, after 5 minutes, if he does not get any XP, they're just going to end up with a oh man, big gank coming out here on the Dragon Knight. The Dream Coil goes down first, and he breaks it right away, knowing that he got to get out that, but it's not going to happen. Beanscript goes out on the Mirana though, and they're looking for that kill. Let's see if they get it, and oh my god, that magic wand. Just enough to keep her alive for a short while, but Luna's going to chase him that trees. Oh my god, what a great wall vacuum, but this Darkseer in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to try to get out of this. He uses that mech, and he's got to surge himself up and run away, but he runs right into that orb, and he's going to drop the Venomancer popping off that ultimate. Luna picks herself up a kill, but gets frostbitten up underneath his tower, and she's going to have a rough time surviving here. She's going to turn around, see what she can get done, but the orb flies in, and Pocket picks up a kill. So, unfortunate, that is technically a full man wipe since that Abaddon is not technically here. So, Razer just really taking advantage of the situation, and I really feel bad for these guys because this is a game that I firmly believe they could have won. They could have winned. they could have won. They had a good lineup, and the game was actually really close. I mean, right now, let's take note of the graph. Yeah, before that kill right here, which just happened, like dead even, just above the 0 line for EXP, and for gold, exact same thing. Both teams holding really close, playing really well, and this is bound to be an incredibly exciting game. And I'm actually really disappointed. I wanted to see the outcome of this game. Believe it or not, us shoutcasters are really big fans of Dota, and I love to watch and really get into the moment. So it was it's a real bummer, man. It's a real bummer. Maybe Abaddon will figure his internet stuff out and manage to come back and help out, but they're just trying to keep him in EXP for now, so that you know, that option is still available. But it sounds like he's not coming back, so this game is essentially a throw, and you know, that's, like I said, it's unfortunate, it really is, but yeah, sadness all around. I mean, if his Luna gets really fat, I think she could actually still carry it, but you can't get fat without the ancient stack. Oh, she's doing it! Alright, so she got the Satyr, stream sniping, they're listening to me. I don't think they're actually stream sniping, but regardless, they follow my lead, getting that ancient stack going, and you can see what I was talking about earlier here. This creep camp spawns because they pulled it up and away from the box. And now that there are extra creeps, there is going to be extra gold for the Luna. So this micro to Abaddon up here in the mid lane, just trying to get a little bit of farm. I mean, who knows? If Luna flash farms and gets a fat chunk of gold underneath their belt and takes a good fight, they could have some serious push power. Maybe knock down a Rax, get themselves an advantage. I have seen 4v5s won. This is not an impossible thing to do. It's a very difficult thing to do, but not impossible. Arrow flies out, almost catches, but not quite. Beanscript goes out on an illusion. Ooh, that is not good. The Omni Slash flies out. A lot of damage going out on everybody right here. Eclipse doing a ton of damage. Venomancer and Bane are both down. The puck drops as well, but the Darkseer falls, and they do manage to pick up the Juggernaut at the back of this, and they're hunting for the Mirana right now. They are going for this. There's two heroes up against the one, and that Satyr could have picked up that kill. Not enough of a baller, and they are going to... Yeah, they're not going to be able to catch this. So a 4-for-2 exchange. They did have the Abaddon there to soak up the damage with his ultimate, and so they are microing him, playing this pretty decently well. But, yeah, I think, like I said, this is a janky scenario, but I think if they make a couple good fights happen, who knows? Anything can still happen. Anything can still happen. This is the amazing world of Dota, where 3v5s get turned around, Russians win games, and, you know, just a wonderful, wonderful world. Really late Midas, what the hell? Mirana grabs a Midas 20 minutes into the game, feeling that she needs that extra bit of gold in the XP. I'm not sure I completely agree with this, but, you know, her call, whatever. Gets a little bit more attack speed, I guess, and that's fine. It's completely fine. This stack going up, stacking like Shaq down on the Dire Ancients, and Luna should be heading over there to farm that up any moment now. She's almost got a full BKB, and I think the gold from this Ancient stack alone will give her her BKB if she does it. So go, 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 go Luna, go Luna. I was actually a cheerleader, believe it or not. Believe me, or you cannot, but that was something I pursued in high school.
Shadows take us.
And Mirana gank, going down. They're ready for it, and they move right into this jungle. The Darkseer has cleared out these waves, though, and is heading back to base to do things. And nobody really going to get caught here. An arrow flies out towards the mid lane, but it's going to catch a range creep, and that's going to be Bane's cue to run the hell away. He's sticking around for some reason, but he should not. That's bad ideas. Don't be there. Don't be there. Eats an Omni Slash. Oppa Dendi style. I don't know why I said that. He is going to survive just because his teammates are awesome with that mechanism and that shield. Arrow flies out, going to catch the Abaddon. And Abaddon ulti gets pulled off. The Dream Coil only goes down on 2 heroes. Great vacuum wall. Oh my god, so much damage going out. The Luna pops off her ultimate, and it is a 4-man wipe for 2 once again. The Puck is sitting over here, nightmared up by that Bane. Dragon Knight's going to see if he can get anything done here, but Puck is, oh my god, very dangerous. She gets the jaunt away, and I don't think she's going to die. This Dragon Knight still got to be really careful, man. Really careful. Oh my god. She blinks out. And looks like Puck's probably just going to retreat this. I don't think there's anywhere that she can go. She throws out the orb backwards anywhere, and tries to juke around. She doesn't have a TP. Where's she going to go, man? She's just playing games here. She's playing fairy games. But anyways, Luna farming this up, getting herself a fat stack of gold, and there goes that BKB. Like I said, she's got a full BKB coming out to her, 10, 3, and 5. So she's actually playing exceptionally well, and the kill score is in the favor of Team Solid right now. So this is some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff right now. I'm also very curious to know who is microing that Abaddon, because it's pretty damn hard to micro 2 heroes, and they have been landing good shields on people with that Abaddon. I'm not sure how, you know, they're doing it. I think it might be the Bane who's doing it, but either way, they're playing it really well, and it's working out for him. It really is. He's got 4k gold in the bank, and they cannot buy items for him, which is the unfortunate thing. If he abandons, they get his gold, and they get his passive gold. So that's the method that is used to balance out a disconnect. So I think if they're smart about it, they'll let that happen, and they'll get themselves a burst of gold and try to fight with it. It's stack going up yet again, so Luna doing herself pretty good. Sitting at 120 last hits right now. Not a single deny, because who needs denies when you got sick last hits?
Radiant's top
Gonna head down to
tower
the
is
Ancients,
under
farm them
attack.
up again. Why the hell not? You got a stack there, and I mean, it really doesn't matter if you farm it now or later. Looks like it is going to be a 4-staff coming out on that Crystal Maiden. She's about 400 gold off of that, and Luna's getting dangerous, man. Luna's getting really dangerous. She's gonna have almost her ultimate orb after this cleared out here. Yeah, so she's about 200 gold off of her ultimate orb, which will feed into her Manta style. And when she gets the Manta BKB, she gets really darn scary, man. Really scary. Once a butterfly comes out on top of that, you can't kill her. It's not going to happen. It's immune to physical damage, immune to magic damage, immune to being juked, immune to everything. Anyways, down on the bottom here, we got Juggernaut farming up. He now has his Aghanim Scepter and 1,000 gold in the bank, so we'll be probably looking to pick up a little more damage items after this. Perhaps a Butterfly. Probably not going to go for a... I don't know, you could go for anything. You could go for Daedalus, Butterfly, items that do stuff and stuff. Invis Puck running up here into the enemy jungle. She spots out the Luna. There's no support for her though, and she's just gonna see this Mirana coming in to try to see if she can get anything done, but the Luna and the Dragon Knight are there, and that is the most dangerous combo in this game right now, so I don't think Puck would be wise to jump onto either of them. And, oh, the Mirana ulti goes out. They're scared, but that was spotted by this ward right here, which is damn good warding. And so they see this Luna, but she's got nowhere to go. She's trying to hide herself in the trees there, but arrow flies out, not going to do anything. She pops off the Eclipse after being Omni Flash and it does absolutely nothing because Juggernaut is not targetable. So really unfortunate for that Luna there. She needed to not run into the trees and just run right the hell back to base. But not feeling that was an option. She tried to escape. She did buy out her ultimate orb right before that, so she didn't lose any of her reliable gold. But this tier 2 tower will be dropping regardless. 21 to 21 your kill score here. 26 minutes and 20 seconds into this game here, and Team Solid still playing 4v5, which is a huge bummer to see. I really feel bad for them, I do, because I think they would have had a really good shot at taking this game. But anyways, Razorblade moving in towards the mid tower, going to knock down that tier 2, and no objection by Team Solid. They just can't fight that right now. And see if they decide to go for bottom. They don't quite have creep pressure there immediately, and Luna will be up in time to defend that. But it does look like they are moving towards that. Some pings coming out. They're also pinging for Roche, so a little bit of conflicting messages from the teams. Looks like Mirana is going to push, and Juggernaut's going to push, and Crystal Maiden's going to do creeps while they go for Roche. Nobody can make up their minds, but that Satyr that was stacking up the camp for Luna there is going to get finished off by the Crystal Maiden. Throw the EG Courier flying in and giving that Manta style over to Mirana. So things have suddenly gotten pretty ugly, but they are going for a fight here. Abaddon runs in with that shield active. The arrow catches the Bane, but a Pipe of Insight flies out. Oh man, she's got to pop off that BKB and go! There we go. Alright, so fight's coming out. Darkseer doing a lot, or the Darkseer not doing a lot of damage, but he does now that he's dropped that wall. And why did she not activate her BKB once in that fight? What was she doing? Oh my god, Juggernaut's gonna drop and he might be able to turn something around, but he eats an arrow and will probably fall after that. Oh my god, Luna, what were you doing, man? You gotta get that BKB off. She eats so much damage from the poison, and so much damage from the puck, and so much damage from everything. Oh god, oh. They could have taken that fight. They really could have. They really could have. And this upsets me because now Team Solid is kind of the direct underdog. I'm cheering for them a little bit. Come on, like, I know you guys all are too, but I mean it's a bummer. That is really a bummer. 26 to 23 the kill score, and the last tier 2 for Team Solid here is going to drop. So they're confined to their base and still trying to micro their one disconnected hero who's, you know, forever be known as a giant jerk for abandoning his team midway.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I know how terrible ISPs can be sometimes. You know, there was a time where I was living on a farm, and we had we didn't have dial-up internet, but we had like wireless internet that was beamed in from the nearest town, and it was the absolute worst piece of crap internet you could imagine. Like I had a hard time streaming like 360p YouTube videos. Like the thing was just abysmal, and I used to play games on it because, you know, you can't not play games. And oh man, Puck jumping in on the Darkseer here, looking for some action. The coil goes out, but Darkseer's just going to run right into that, surge himself and run away. The Dagon just eating through that pipe damage and not doing enough to finish him off, so Darkseer gets out of that. But yeah, like farm internet was just miserable, and you know, I play games anyways, and I actually learned a skill shot in Dota with like 200 ping, or with like 200-300 ping. I felt Brazilian. It was great. I was that Pudge that was like, don't worry guys, I'm good at Pudge, and then 400 ping and I'm missing hooks by like 4 miles.
Middle
but
tower
you know,
is under attack.
it really sucks, and there were times when the internet would just die for no reason, and I called the ISP and I'd be like, what the hell? And they'd be like, well, everything's fine on our end, you know, it must be your fault. You sure your router's plugged in? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure my router's plugged in. So that's internet for you, man. We live in modern times where you can't just get internet. Internet does not grow in trees yet, but you know, maybe one day, maybe we'll invent trees that transmit internet, and we can just plant one in our yard. Be environmentally friendly while having Wi-Fi. Be fantastic. Oh man, they really want this Abaddon to abandon now. I think that's actually the best course of action for them, because he's got 5k gold sitting in the bank. He has no items and they can't buy him items. And all he's doing in teamfights is dying, and he just fed a little bit more gold to this Puck. So I think now you actually let this Abaddon just abandon. And when he actually abandons, you get his gold, you get his passive gold, which means that everybody on your team is going to be a little bit better off, and he's irrelevant now anyways. So I think that's the strategy for them right now. I think that's the idea. That's what they should be doing. Regardless, they smoked themselves into Roche, and they're going to be looking for a Schnigger Roche. Schnigger. And yeah, I hope they get this. I hope they get this. Like I said, I'm cheering for them. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Usually I should be unbiased as a caster, but I think in this scenario where it is just so far down, I would love to see that come back. It would be amazing for the viewers. It would be amazing for the fans. It would be amazing for me, and it would be amazing for Team Stellar. Razorblade Int would be smashing their heads against walls and flipping tables and destroying houses, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta take a shot for the entertainment value. And the Roshan is down! Luna picks up that Aegis. And a little bit of a bonus coming back to Team Solid. Yeah, still technically in this. BKB is up on both the Luna and the Dragon Knight. Luna not aware hers is up though. Went a whole fight without knowing it, and it cost her life. Still doesn't have a single deny. I wish she would just do that once, just to get it on the scoreboard, because it bugs me that you know, you're playing like a League of Legends player. No denies. Doesn't work for you. Anyways, Luna farming pretty well. There is an aggressive ward up in their jungle right now, so they know where she is. We'll see if they try to make a move for her. She's moving up a little bit further to try to, you know, garner some of that extra gold. Pops off her Manta to farm that up. She's going to run herself away, so should be fine here. Now, Bane looking towards a Necro Book. He's got a Belt of Strength and a Staff of Wizardry. So, in about 1,200 gold, he will have a couple little creeps running around. And, no. Put the Abaddon in base. Let him abandon. That's 1,000 free gold for every single member of your team. Put him in base. Put him in base. Now. This mid lane, we got a Venomancer Blink Dagger, so he's going to be able to jump in, pop off his ultimate, and get things rolling for his team. A fat stack of Clarities going too, because I wasn't aware Venomancer needed Clarities this late in the game, but I guess he does. Throw the EG Courier, in case you guys didn't catch on to that. EG throws a lot of games, they're really bad, and so they named their Courier Throw as a joke. They're not a bad team. They're notorious for having in the bag victories and then throwing them away. But oh, this is not good right now. Luna pops off the BKB and the Manta Style and the Eclipse, and she's trying to go to town on this. Dragon Knight comes in and he's actually starting to fight this back, and Luna might actually make something happen here. There's oh man, Crystal Maiden has popped off the ulti in the sidelines here, but she will drop in just a moment, I would imagine. No! Oh my god, the Dagon finishes off Luna. And 2 heroes down for each team here. Darkseer in the midst of everything now, trying to make something happen, but is he going to drop the wall for this? I don't know. Still trying to pursue onto that Juggernaut here, but I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get it. Dragon Knight's still pursuing as well, but Luna is all but given up, and she's still going, man. She's still going. Alright, they're going to use this as pushing pressure, or pushing momentum, and I think with that Dragon Knight ultimate up, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to this tower, which works out pretty well for them.
Under attack.
Yeah, with that, those illusions up from the Manta really chunk these towers down. I mean, look at that, just the 3 of them got rid of that tower in just a matter of seconds. Fortification's going to come out, but I don't know if they're going to be able to defend it before these guys back off, and they're going to see that the defense is coming out, and I don't think anybody's going to get caught out. Oh, a Juggernaut running ahead really fast. Oh, he was in the animation for his Omni Slash, and he canceled it because he saw the creep wave. That was really good, but Dragon Knight's toast here. You got to write him off. The Darkseer trying to make it happen, walked in with the wall, and not sure that was the best idea. He's going to fall as well. The Dream Code goes out on him. And Luna coming back into the fight. Fiend's Grip goes out on the Juggernaut. Luna trying to fight her way out of this, but she just can't. Not popping off that BKB! What are you doing, Luna? Oh my god. Luna, BKB. Aki's right there. It says in the corner. You know what it is. Please do it. Oh god, she's had the BKB for like 3 fights and not used it. Oh, I feel so bad for her. But 4 heroes down. Those are the only 4 connected heroes. The Abaddon standing strong with his Ring of Basilius. Probably going to drop underneath this tower, to be honest. Or they won't, because not let distracted. Darkseer, Luna, and Dragon Knight all buy back, so they're going to make a valiant effort to defend this here. The Abaddon wasting a lot of time and actually eats up that Scythe of Vice charge, which will actually make a huge difference here. They're going in, the Dragon form is up, and Surge ahead with the Dragon Knight. They're looking for it, and the Mirana ultimate comes out to try to negate that initiate. There is no true sight available, so Dragon Knight's just looking around dumbfounded, seeing if he can catch anybody out, but that's not the case. That stealth lasting just too long. Juggernaut wanted to find that Omni Slash. He's looking for it, man. It's a crazy, crazy game. Puck grabs herself an Invis Rune, pops it off immediately, and moves in towards that bottom lane where she's going to find the Darkseer. And she's got the Dream Coil up if she wants it. They sheep up the Darkseer, they jump in, Dream Coil goes down, Omni Slash, overkill, and Darkseer is toast. 3 heroes left standing for terms of service. Team solid. Target stamp. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. In the mid lane, Luna, 13, 6, and 7 has not been performing poorly at all, but like I said, just falling short on those BKBs and the fights. They're just outnumbered because their Abaddon left them. Had some internet problems, and a few minutes into this game, just gone. Really saddening, guys. I really wish this game would have played out, because excellent drafts by both teams, excellent play by both teams. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. See something so good go to waste. Anyways, Fiend's Grip goes out for only a matter of a moment as the Eul's pops off and breaks that charge. The Luna charges in with the Eclipse up, but doesn't BKB. Oh, now she does, and now she's fighting off that Juggernaut. Juggernaut is going to drop. Oh my god, there he goes. One last auto attack, finishes him off. Abaddon running in the middle of this, soaking up some damage, but Mirana now trying to fight up that Luna, and she will actually get the kill. Bane Nightmares, probably when she shouldn't have, but the Dragon Tail goes out. It might actually finish. Oh no, the Frostbite just manages to get it. 4 heroes down, and this is probably GG. Probably. It's definitely Rax, maybe GG. We'll see in a moment. Alright. Yeah, Ceterax down. And, you know, Team Solid not calling it quite yet. They've got some balls on them, and they want to make sure something happens. Juggernaut disconnects. Game changer. 4-on-4. Playoff hockey style. Let's do it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
As Mirana pops off that Manta and starts chunking away this bottom tower. It is almost gone. And 4, 3, 2, 1, it is gone. There it goes. Arrow flies out, catches nobody. Needs the Blink in, Dream Coil, Scythe of Vice on the Darkseer. Not going to be quite enough to finish him off. He pops off the mech and the pipe and drops a really good wall, vacuums him back into it. Lots of illusions sitting here, but oh my god, is he actually going to get the Veno? Oh, maybe not. Puck's sitting on top of this and actually doesn't manage to blink out because of that Ion Shell charge. And oh my god, such a joke. This Puck just playing with the Darkseer, toying with his mind. Arrow flies out and catches him! Oh my god, are they going to finish him off? They don't. Back to this Puck, flirting with death. Sitting on such low life, can't even keep track. We're bouncing around all over the place, but looks like they're going to get disengaged. Content with life after picking off 2 racks from the team with the disconnected member. What barbarians. Ethereal Blade up on the Puck, and Dragon Knight eating a dagger. Really, or eating a arrow. Really appreciates the taste. Silver Nitrate right in his face. And this Mirana is pretty darn rich. I guess you could say she has a lot of money. I guess you could also say she's got Divine Rapier money. Do it, Mirana. You know you want to. Rapier. And throw it. With throw. Deliver the Divine Rapier on the courier to the enemy team. That would... Oh god. Do you know how happy that would make me? Actually, it wouldn't. I would be like, what the hell are you guys doing? But at the same time, I'd just be like kind of giggling on the inside. I'd be like, ah. But a Demon Edge is coming back. No, it is going to be a Daedalus. So Daedalus up, fat damage, and unfortunately, no no Divine Rapier to be seen. But Daedalus on the Mirana. She hits like a truck, 300 damage plus crits, whatever she gets them, and she's got the Manta style up and the Desolator to shred through that armor. Still sitting on that Midas to give her all that sick attack speeds, and Smoke of Deceit coming out here by Solid. So they look like they want to make something happen. Got a Talisman of Evasion up on that Luna so she can start to avoid some of these hits. Probably going to be looking towards a Butterfly whenever she manages to afford it. But are they sinking back into Roche? The Roche is up. They could, and I mean, Razer's looking for him in their jungle, and they're not there, so if I was Razer, I would be instantly assuming Roshan, but that is exactly what's going on, and it doesn't look like they're going to pick up on it. And even if they are picking up on it right this moment, they won't be able to get here in time to defend it. So Dragonite and Luna are going to steal the Roche. They might be feeling some pressure on their base towers. No TP scrolls on either of them. Bad players. Bad. Need those TPs. Need those TPs. And calling for defense on the top lane, which they're not going to be able to provide for a long time. Puck jumps down, grabs the Darkseer, finally gets that combo off now, having the Ethereal Blade, and Luna grabs herself an Aegis. Don't think it's going to matter, but Darkseer buys back because he wants to be able to try to defend this. Fortify goes out as Dragonite and Luna march their way back across instead of just TPing like normal people. Omni Slash goes out on the Bane. He's going to drop. Darkseer eating more Omni Slash charges. Pops off the pipe. Going to try to run away from this, but he gets finished off. Dragonite and the Luna now coming in, trying to make something happen. Eclipse goes out, doing a lot of damage. Actually finished off the Mirana and the Venomancer. So two heroes down. And the Ethereal Blade, oh god. She explodes, and she doesn't have the BKB because she didn't save it for the for that run, but pops off the Manta, turns around, going back into this fight, gonna see if she can make something happen. Lucid Beam goes out on these heroes, and she's starting to get the Glaive bounces. She does get the Juggernaut. This Crystal Maiden will probably drop in a moment here too. Puck is trying to fight her way out of this, see if she can get the Dragonite, but that's not gonna happen. And Crystal Maiden's running away with a fraction of health, so a decent defense, but still not holding up entirely. And like I said, they're just getting picked apart because they don't have enough heroes. Gem of True Sight purchased by the Dragonite to try to make sure they can get those last-ditch efforts at killing, as that Mirana has been saving people with her ultimate left and right. A Maelstrom up on that Dragonite, giving them a little bit more attack speed and damage. Let them chew through people a little bit easier. Luna looking for kills here, and jump in the Sheep, and the Bane gets a Fiend's Grip off, but that's canceled by the Dream Coil. Manta style gets popped out, but Luna runs herself right into an arrow, and she's going to get caught out by the Freezing Field, losing a lot of health here. She's going to try to run away, and she's getting blocked up by her own illusion. Is she going back into this? Throws out a stun, and then walks right into an Illusory Orb, and Dragonite's down, they drop the gem, and this is GG. This is it. It's done. Kaput. Bye bye. Creeps killing the base, and no defense here.
Is under attack.
Oh man. Darkseer is holding it alright, but he's up against 4 heroes, and
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
the Ancient's taking damage. Your racks are taking damage. I think it's pretty much Mega Creeps no matter what
top
here.
barracks are under attack.
Yeah, bringing this down. Melee Rax goes down top. Range Rax goes down top. And yeah, GG is called. That was really unfortunate, guys. I so wish I could have watched this game. Like, actually, you know what? If this was StarCraft, StarCraft is a really cool feature where you can jump into a replay with another person and then take control of it from that point and play it out however you want. I really wish you could do that with this game. Just like go back, have these two teams replay it because they were doing so damn well. And I really wanted to see the end of this game, but that will not be the case. So, anyways, guys, that has been it for your Amateur Dota 2 League games this Thursday. That's the end of it right now. We've got we saw a lot of fantastic games, a lot of well, we saw a couple fantastic games because we only watched 2. Second one, very well played out by both teams. I really appreciated Team Solid's draft that game. They did a lot better drafting and performed a lot better. So, what can you say? Things happen. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for joining me. It has been an awesome night casting for you, and I have been Captain Canuck. You can find me on YouTube at Captain Canuck Dota. You can also follow me on my Twitch channel here. I would love to have the followers and the viewers for my future broadcasts as I bring you more amateur Dota 2 League games every single Tuesday and Thursday. And as well, I upload a pubcast to my YouTube channel every single night of the week. So things are doing fancy over there. Anyways, I'm going to throw up the overlay, leave the stream up for just a little bit so it can catch up to the delay. But like I said, thanks for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.